Hello my wonderful people over there on the other side of the screen. Today I want to be making you a little bit more personal and maybe a little bit more touchy-feely type of a vlog or a video. And in this video I'm gonna be talking to you about battling depression and maybe winning the battle against depression. I used to be a whole lot more depressed, severely depressed in my past, and I would say that you can win the battle against your depression. It's possible that you can get out of it, and I'm not just making you this video for hope so you don't suicide yourself. I'm making this video because I really believe and I have seen that you can get out of this state. Depression is kind of a state or a kind of a mental country you live in, and it's the same thing as with getting out of some countries, getting out of for example some country that has a dictatorship or something like that. It's pretty challenging, it might be. Or getting into some other country where there are only happy people, it might be more challenging. You have to start seeing your depression in this way, that it's not really an illness, it's an illness, but at the same time it's being an illness, it's also a state. It's a state that you live in, and you just have to get out of there. And the problem you are probably experiencing in your life at this moment is that you are kind of running away from this state that you are in. You might be taking drugs or drinking alcohol, or you might be playing video games too much, or be hooked on the internet or something like that. And that kind of alleviates your depression for this short burst of time, and then you are worse off than where you started. And you kind of don't understand how to change your behavior, and people around you are kind of bitching you about your behavior, your way of shopping online too much, your way of using too much intoxicants, this kind of stuff. They are bitching you about it, but you can't change your behavior. So what do? Well, first of all, there are people that can help you with the behavioral side of things, and those are the professionals in this. And I'm not a professional in helping you change your behaviors. And what I really try to target over here is more the people that don't want to seek help, and also the people that seek help but want more kind of a coaching type of thing. I could be more of your coach than your therapist, I can coach you, but I can't be your therapist, I don't understand the stuff so deeply. But I believe that you shouldn't only be interested in your behavior. You shouldn't really be only interested in the outcomes that you seek in your life. You should be interested in how you feel about your life day to day. And I can say that, for example, me, I kind of learned how to live with feeling I learned how to live with feeling sucky, or I learned how to live with feeling bad. I learned to deal with it. And it's a skill that you can use, but at the same time, you don't want to make your life into this kind of straight line that is always the same. And I can say that, for example, in my own life, I struggle still into getting human relationships, because my emotional states are so linear. And on top of that, I kind of have developed a social style that kind of keeps people at an arm's length. So I don't know what it is, but I don't enjoy the life maybe so much but there are moments that I really enjoy, and I feel that every day that I try to make something, that I try to live different than the yesterday, and every day that I try to like do things better and not fall on those like bad, you know, habits, they are better days. And I have gotten rid of most of my bad habits. The man you see at this moment, it was years in the making, you know. I used to be the fat guy. I used to be the nerd. And I used to have almost only bad habits. And I know people that only have bad habits, and that's a bad habit of being that kind of a person. You can become better. Habits are one thing, but you can manifest out of yourself greatness. But if you're really depressed, you don't care about that. You just want to feel good. You have a problem with feeling bad. And if you just feel bad all the time, it's kind of hard to get those good things out of you. So what do? Well, the problem-solving mind, the problem-solving brain has this tendency of hurting the whole body. You might be having all kinds of self-harming behavior at this moment also, on top of your being depressed. And the brain, you have to analyze your thinking more deeply. Is your brain trying to win old arguments or trying to like right old wrongs? You have the winning brain in a loser's body, and you have to get the winning brain in the winner's body. And what do I mean by this is that you have to make the brain start winning with the body instead of like competing and trying to destroy the body. That's one of the reasons that people use drugs and alcohol and this kind of stuff. They want to silence that kind of like thinking. But you have to understand that they want to do that because they kind of like intuitively understand that this way of thinking will destroy my body, but those drugs, they will destroy you all the same. So you can't win that way. That won't happen. So you have to use another strategy. And the strategy I'm going to impose for you for over here is that you will understand that the way that you think at this moment is probably not a very high level or a sophisticated way of thinking if you are suffering out of these states. You have to rise above from this herd mentality of winners and losers and stop consuming the stuff that like strengthens this way of thinking, this low level consciousness stuff. For example, in the music, for example, in the entertainment and all of that stuff. You have to be thinking more in the terms of that there's this way, there's this road that you can take, and you know you can't go to your destination without traveling the path. You can't walk the walk without walking the walk, and there has to be this process. It's a process. So if you today are feeling bad and you think about ending your life, you have to understand that you're probably impatient, and that's a cultural thing also. You might be hooked on these YouTube videos that last for like 1 minute, and you can't be focusing on any more time than that, and that's a bad thing. So you have to understand that there are a lot of facets to your mind and your brain. There's the emotional side, and then there's the focus side. And if you have the winning brain in a loser's body, that's not really a problem, because the winner brain won't be able to destroy the body, like for example with exercise or with that kind of stuff. But if you have the winner's brain in a winner's body, it can be really detrimental to your physique. You understand? If you get really like into like bodybuilding, as you have seen a lot of people on YouTube, they get really into this stuff. And you know, I did that, and that can also be like detrimental to you if you like get into this like sportsman mentality too much. You start like self-medicating with this stuff, not smoking weed, you just go for a run and you exercise too much. Like, don't do that. But if you're just starting out and you are in a fat condition, don't even worry about it. You need to get exercise. Exercise will be so good for your brain and that stuff. You know, get out more. Don't just spend all your time in your bed and this kind of stuff. If you're too depressed, you can probably even get out of the bed. So what do? You have to understand what is keeping you in the bed. You know, like, do you listen to a lot of music? I would say that I quit listening to music and my life became so much better. I got rid of my headphones. My life became so much better. My emotional states became so much better. And technology will play into this. Start really understanding that how you feel is kind of it comes after you do something. It's a consequence. It's not a reason. You are trying to find a reason for why you feel this way. I'm trying to give you some reasons, but then there are deeper reasons, and then there are no reasons. You know, the Buddhas, you know, the meditator masters, you know, they give you this kind of mentality that, you know, that's just how life is. You know, life is unsatisfactory. You won't be satisfied with this, like, these emotions. And yeah, that's kind of true. But at the same time, when you are this kind of depressed guy, you know, you look at the people that are not that way, and you kind of feel that, holy shit, they must have figured out some deep truth in their life that I haven't figured out. And it might not be that way. They might not be at all wiser than you. It's not about your traits or your characteristics, or maybe even not your living circumstances. It might not be about that. It might just be about some hidden cause you don't know. So understand this. This video was about battling depression and winning. It's kind of a rant, but you understand that it's a complex topic, and you won't probably get out of this stuff in a day. And this channel is not your I'm depressed channel. I don't make those kind of videos, I'm depressed videos. They won't help you shit. I watched all those videos. Yeah, I got out of the stuff, but the guys that really helped me weren't depressed. You won't be helped by the people that are in your state. You have to find people that are not in your state, that are willing to deal with your state to get you out of there. But it also comes out of your own self, you know, not just those other people. So understand this. There are factors outside of your control that make you depressed. There are things that you can do something about. There's a road that you can take. There are steps you can take to make your life better. You just have to start caring about your life more. But if you're really, you know, down, you don't care about it. So you're stuck, and you won't be stuck forever. Yeah, if you're really on a bad road, your life might end like by some stupid cause, you know, you won't ever know. You might overdose or something like that. So you have to really follow this channel more deeply, because I know the way. I know the fucking way. I can take you out of there. And some of the other guys that you follow on YouTube, they don't have a clue. I'm gonna say, I have a fucking clue. I know this stuff, but I'm not a therapist, you know. You should consult one. He will help you, or she will help you, like, deeply. Stuff that I can't do. You should find a life coach. You should read more. These are the habits you should do. You should find a life coach. I could be your life coach. I can do life coaching. I know life pretty deeply at this point. You should try to understand where you went wrong in your life. What were the major bad decisions you made? You should really think about your decisions you make every day. You downplay on the things you buy every day, for example. You downplay on the importance of you buying that bottle of Coke every day. it might be a really bad thing for you in the long run. It's a costly habit. You might downplay on the downsides of like smoking cigarettes. You might downplay on the negative things that can come out of getting too much into, like, for example, the bodybuilding stuff. You might downplay on the negative aspects of like you sitting on your ass all day watching YouTube videos. You might downplay on them, but they have negative effects. So what do you do? What do you do? Try to understand your life. I'm not there with you. I could do life coaching, for example, on the internet, where I would have you on webcams or something like that, and I would see you and I could talk to you about your life, for example, in the English language. But I wouldn't do that for free. And if you didn't get anything out of it, you know, you would be shit-pissed ass angry to like me because I couldn't help you. So this is what I do right at this moment. I do this YouTube video thing because I learned and I saw that through my own life this can help. And I'm not trying to imitate some other guys that I watched. For example, guys like Project Life Mastery and Actualized and Infinite Waters and you know, what were these other guys, you know, there were a lot of people that I followed when I was getting into meditation, that kind of stuff. Meditation can help you with depression, habits, you know, learn about that, read books, you know, I keep drawing this, eat healthy, start getting into healthy foods, you know, maybe don't become vegan, you know, just, you know, the first thing if you are into this, like, if you are in this hugely bad state, but maybe that's a good idea to become a vegan in maybe like in the future. Start eating healthy, you know, learn about the diet, start caring about your fucking life, you know, start caring about your future. You have one, probably. I don't know your life circumstances. You have to understand that YouTube it's a hard thing to do. And yeah, if you gain something out of my videos, that's great. But if you don't, like, you have to understand that it's a one-way street. You know, like hitting up some comment where you tell about your life won't help me to help you, so you have to understand. This kind of stuff, if it requires a lot of time from somebody, so I gave you some tips in this video. Find those people that can help you and find the help in yourself, self-help, you know. Combine those 3-4 things, find the masters, and you will be on the next level. It took me 5 years to get to this point from where I was at. My lowest point, it was like 5 years ago. Well, maybe not, but I have had lows in this journey. I broke myself through too much exercise and sports and this kind of stuff. I was heavily into cycling and I broke myself. I had to completely reinvent and change myself and style and being in the world, and I'm still growing, you know. I'm 27 years old at the moment. I used to smoke weed and do this kind of stuff. I quit the stuff and I quit drinking alcohol. I'm a teetotaler at the moment. I quit the antidepressant drugs, you know. I quit all the psychiatric crap, you know. I did 5 years of therapy. I made this YouTube channel. I became an artist. I started lifting weights, you know. I started building muscle, this kind of stuff. I learned how to socialize. I learned how to market myself. This stuff took years and years and thousands of hours, you know. What you see right now, over 5,000 hours of work, real work, went into building myself. So be prepared for that. And you have only this life that you can work with. You can't work with any other life but your own. And when you start feeling that, hey, I'm in such a condition in my life that I can actually, like, maybe help some other people, then consider making a YouTube channel, like writing a book, making a blog, something like that. It's life-changing stuff that I have discovered on the internet, so maybe you can be one of those people. When I was younger, I used to be such an insecure person that, yeah, when I was really young, I actually enjoyed being in front of the camera, but I kind of like went through this insecurity phase, and I still haven't got on the stage, for example. But it's one of those things that I would want to say to you. I used to be this heavily depressed guy. I used to be this insecure dude. But now I'm here on the stage and I want to be telling you all about how I got out of there. And that was the kind of thing of this video, you know. That's my next goal. I want to be a guy that can like inspire you out of there. I might not be the hand holder type of guy, you know, that is always there with you. But through my videos I might be that guy. So let's get out of there. Thanks for watching.